Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. It's early for me. Got the bags under my eyes. I worked till late last night. But yeah, it's Sunday. It's a day of rest for me ish, sort of. I've got a huge busy week this coming week. I got a 60-hour work week, which is yay. I'm like, I don't want to say catching up. I'm not catching up, but I'm knocking out that Verizon bill. I'm, putting a little bit towards savings. Shockingly, I've got, well, here's the thing. I have, my best friend and I share Netflix. She pays for it for 1 year. I pay for it the next. So it's just not confusing. And in February, we switch. So this is my year to pay for Netflix. And it just, I'm scared I'm going to forget. Not that it's a big deal, but I always kill my checking account for the most part. Like when I get paid, it goes to this bill, this bill, this bill, this bill, groceries, boom, boom, done. Don't ask me for money for the rest of the week. I might have like $10, and that's just, but that's how it's supposed to be done. So, I actually put Netflix into a Netflix savings account for Capital One 360. So all I have to do is move it to the regular checking account for it to be auto debited, which shocks me a lot. That I actually did that because that's not me. It's me like, oh, they just tried to withdraw Netflix and I don't have the money in the account. That was me when it was my turn 2 years ago. And then I had to scramble and hope I got paid quickly before they turned it off. So I'm prepared. Yay. Very new for me. I know it's only, $15 or $13.99 in tax and change. I don't know what the exact price is till it comes out. And it sounds little, but yeah. So anyway, so I've been thinking a lot about, nothing different going on in my house this past week. I've worked. That's it. Kids have done kid things and it's been very boring. But it is tax season and I'm getting more and more excited for my car. I'm like extremely excited. It's not the fact that I want to go out. It's the fact that I'll have it. And all these little side hustle opportunities are what I want to look into. Because basically, when there is no overtime for my job, I work 4 days a week, 4 10-hour shifts. I have 3 whole days that I could dedicate to, or at least do some side hustling in. Probably not dedicate because I'll drop, but do some side hustling in to be able to fork the money over to where it needs to be in savings or whatnot. So I know people have done Amazon Flex, and I've read reviews where you only get X amount of space, in a block. It might be 2 hours or 3 hours a week, which would be fine for me. And that, they say they pay between $18 and $25 an hour. I have no problem driving somebody's package to their house. I live by an Amazon hub, so we sometimes have the Amazon trucks pop up. I don't get UPS or FedEx from Amazon. I do have a lot of flex drivers come up and drop stuff off too. So I know it's here. Has anybody done it? If you have, leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you liked it, pros and cons, things like that. The other one was I'm really kind of looking into is WAG, which is walking in other people's dogs. Again, from what I understand, you don't have to, there I go with the again. I don't have to do it on a schedule or whatever. And the reason I know this is, and I haven't researched it really much further, but I know this because I was helping somebody with their computer and I was actually looking at their screen and it kept coming across their notifications at the top on a Mac saying, you can walk this dog, so-and-so needs a walk, and she could pick and choose, and she kept saying decline, but you can pick the accept and then you can go walk the dog. So I know you can pick and choose what animals or what you want to do. And to me, that would be like forced exercise, and then I got paid for it. I love animals. Obviously, I'm a sucker. You all know that. Um, I love dogs. I've been bitten by my own dog once, and that's because I dove into the middle of a fight and ripped him apart, and she bit me on my hand, and it was more of a, let me go, I'm getting my booty kicked. It wasn't a vicious bite. And she's no longer with us, and it wasn't Saber, it was years ago before I even had my 5 little kids, and they're teenagers. But I didn't talk to her for a week. And I was mad. I had to go to the ER because it was on my hand and it was squirting out blood. It was like I still have a scar. You can see it right there. It was just squirting out blood. And it scared me more of the blood than the actual bite. So, I went and I didn't talk to her for like a week. The animal control came and they let me keep her because it was my own dog, and I explained what happened and what I did, and they were like, oh, so she's not a menace? I'm like, God, no. So dogs don't scare me. My dad raised Rottweilers as I was growing up, Jack Russells, Belgian Malinois, German Shepherds, English Pointers. He did what I kind of don't believe in. Well, I don't want to say I don't believe in it. I think there's a cause. I don't believe in backyard breeders. That's what I don't believe in. I do believe in an actual certified AKC breeder that does it for show and to keep the breed alive. I don't believe it for somebody just running out to make the money from it, because half of those, if not all, most of those pets end up in shelters, foster rescues, things like that. But anyway, going forward. So I thought about forcing myself to walk at least on my days off. I can walk my own dogs in the morning, but at least on my days off, getting that extra exercise in and go and walking somebody else's dog. Why not? I think it might be fun. I might hate it. I don't know. So I know I went off on a tangent on my own dogs, but that's one thing I'm not afraid of. I'll walk into a pit bull ring and not think twice of it. It wouldn't even scare me. Because I've had dogs lunge at me, chase me, growl at me, and they stop usually. But again, I've done it all my life. I'm not an animal trainer and I'm not trained. It's just what you learn as you go. So I think that would be fun. But again, if anybody has done it or is doing it, comment down below. Tell me, what you like, what you don't like about it, that type of thing. I'm going to try to do some more research on it. But those are the 2 side hustles that I want to try because I'll have a car and I can get there. The other one is Dawn, and I keep mentioning her, but Sensible Living at Money Mom. She does mystery shopping, and I said it in my How to Start Baby Step 0 video. And she put up a video saying, if you want the information, I'll send it to you. Boy, did she send it to me. I got like 15 emails on different places, different things, how to get started. They came through while I was working. I have not looked into them that much. But, I can mystery shop. I used to manage restaurants. Oh my God, I'm horrible to go out to eat with because it's habit to look around and see what's not going right. It's bad. My kids tell me to shut up. I always pre-bus all the tables and set all the plates up nice and neat, and I don't want them to have to work. They only make X dollars an hour, I don't want them to have to work too hard on my family of 8. So we always clean up, have everything right at the end of the table so they can grab it. So I don't know about that. I'm going to try. Maybe I'm going to look into that one and see if it's something that would be interesting. But yeah, what other side hustles do you guys do? Like, in seriousness, we don't babysit anymore. One, because we don't know too many people in Jacksonville. It's a bigger place. I just want to go get River and I still obviously talk to his mama. And once I get a car, I'm going to go get him for a week. I've already told her. So, and she's like, yes, please. So I'm going to go get him. But that's not for pay or anything. That's just because I want my child. I call him my child. He's a good kid. Well, he was a good kid as a baby. Don't know what toddler stage is like, but yeah. But yeah, my God, I rambled for 10 minutes already. But so I'm also thinking of, now I don't know how good this is gonna work for me, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time is my thing. So I'm gonna have to really try to figure out how to work it. And what I mean by time is like this week I'm working every day except Wednesday, but Wednesday I'm going shopping and doing my huge groceries like all day, and then we're gonna meal prep. But if it's something you guys would be interested in, when I do my meal prep, I can break each casserole item, whatever, down by serving. And most servings will be by 8. And the reason I say by 8 is because I'm a family of 8. So I'll just divide it into 8. Granted, we might not eat it all, and there might be lunch leftovers, but one of my kids goes in and eat it, and to me, it's 8 servings. So, but if I break it down, I could break it down to price by serving, or price for the meal, for, you know, what you do. I can do it for lunches that I prep for me and Michael, the sandwiches. I mean, it's not so much you can get for peanut butter and jelly, but or the lunch meat, but I could still break down the actual price cost for those. And maybe that would help some of you on your grocery budget. Because I know a lot of the things a lot of people said to me on that zero-based budget was they kill themselves in their groceries. I kill myself in my groceries. I feel $850 to $900. $900's pushing it. Is acceptable for a family of 8. That's $100. And this is for groceries only. I'm pulling the pets out of that. So for groceries only, I feel $850. Giving it a fluctuation of up to $900 is enough. That's $100 per person per month. Per month. That's $25 a week per person. That's not too bad. But, and there's always a lot of waste, and it seems like a waste of fresh produce. Like when I did my lunches last month, and I did them in those like Amazon containers, my kids call them bento boxes. When I did those in that was awesome. I just came out from lunch from work, grabbed it, popped the lid, and ate it. Boom, done. What I was finding was happening, the salads I was pre-making in there were freezing. My fridge is on the lowest setting, and they were freezing. So then I tried to pull them forward, and then they were getting knocked out by kids wanting to reach into the fridge. So I might pre-make my lunches still, because they were freezing to the point it was gross. Like my cucumbers were translucent. The lettuce was brown, and I ended up not eating it, and then, and then I tried for a couple weeks to move it around the fridge in different spots, and it still ruined it. So I was thinking of prepping, because I don't want to spend the time, but putting the washed cut up lettuce in a bag, possibly put the whole salad in a bag, but then the tomatoes will make it mushy. So I thought about just, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. That just came out of nowhere. Anyway, I thought about putting all the cut up lettuce, Ziploc dried up in a bag, cut up tomatoes, same thing in a bag, cucumbers, onions, all separated, maybe the cucumbers and onions together, I don't know. And then just quickly pulling it out, making a salad for my lunch and putting those in the crisper drawers. So that might be an option that I do this. Doesn't mean I'm not going to pre-make. It means that I'm just going to have to get it a different way, because I was throwing away frozen salad, and produce is not cheap. And if you noticed in any of my weekly little pickup grocery hauls, I was getting lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, which is fine. I don't mind getting it, but I wasn't getting it because I ate it. I was getting it because I had to throw them out. So I think I'm going to try that, but I definitely don't mind breaking down prices, giving you guys ideas. Just know that I do it. I double pretty much what a normal family would do. I have to double. So, but yeah. Oh, and I will tell you this. I am not allowed to buy all these grass-fed beef anymore. I wasn't bothered by it, but I don't eat a lot. And I had weight loss surgery, so I don't eat a lot at one sitting. I mean, I might have a quarter of what somebody else in the house would eat. So what we found out was that it's really, really fatty. And that's the one thing my husband hates is like fatty meat. He can't stand it. He loves meat, but when it's fatty, like it'll turn him off his food instantly. So even though we drained it, I even rinsed it, we did all of that, the meat itself was fatty. And it got to the point where we would have the dinners made and he would be like, does it have all these meat in it? Because if it does, I really don't want to eat it. I told him I had no other food and he had to suck it up. And he did for the most part. But he has begged me for the last 2 weeks to not get the Aldi's brand. He doesn't mind the Walmart brand. But the Aldi's brand is $85.20. I have not seen $93.7 at Aldi's. So we might be going off the grass-fed stuff, which is okay. But I'm going to see if I can find it in a cheaper somehow. I know Zaycon Fresh. Is it grass-fed at Zaycon Fresh? Does anybody know? I can't afford it this month at all in my grocery budget. But if it is, that's pretty cheap, and I wouldn't mind doing it that way. 40 pounds of ground beef. I bought 25 last month, and it's gone. So 40 pounds of ground beef would be okay to get. But is it grass-fed? Is it good? I haven't really looked at the website. I've been debating it and thinking about it. It's one of those things I can't see it. So I'm leery, but so many people love it. And I'm like, do I take the plunge and do it? I think it would save money in the long run, but that big old chunk right at the front would be like, ugh. And then the fact that it takes like a month or so to get it, it's still good. It's still fine. I just have to budget that in somehow to pay ahead. So it would be an extra like $100 or $200 on my grocery budget, say for February, when I actually won't get it till April, but April's would be less because I'd already have the meat. So it's like, what do I do? But yeah, I feel like I'm totally rambling on this Sunday chit chat. I don't know. I might put this up as coffee talk today, and you're probably going to see it, but I'm going to check and see if it demonetizes me. Every video that I've put up this week, I have not been demonetized on. Sunday chit chats, I'm usually demonetized for 24 hours. That's usually when y'all watch it. So, I mean, and I don't care per se. It's just like the why. And then they remonetize it, but then nobody watches it because Sunday's over and, y'all move on. I might get a few here and there, but nothing. So I'm kind of curious as if it's in my title. So I'm going to change it. And yes, I have coffee. Coffee's in the other room. So I just didn't bring it into my closet because I forgot it and I'm starting to crave it and I need my coffee. But yes, so I think I'm going to try to do a breakdown, and it might take a little bit longer to get that up. I might do it. I think I'm going to do one big video on it. Ingredients for each item we prep, broken down, so the whole meal cost X per serving. It was this. I am not going to break down the seasonings because I have so many seasonings in the cabinets. I don't know how much they cost. Seasonings are pennies per meal anyway. So, you know, you want to add an extra 25 cents to the meal for seasonings. Broken down that by serving, it's only a couple pennies. So, but I will do like the main stuff, like the cooking in it, the oil, the sauteing, the this, the that, but like the cumin and the thyme and the rosemary and the this and the that, I'm not figuring that out. So, but you'll get the idea. But all right, I think I'm going to end this. It's at 20 minutes and I know I've rambled. So, you'll see my plan with me tomorrow. I think I have to do a tag video that I will have up on Tuesday. I will definitely have a grocery haul up later in the day on Wednesday. Thursday, I am going to try to do the meal prep breakdown on cost and stuff. That might take a little bit longer than I'm expecting. So, and that's editing. So, I'm going to try. It'll be up sometime this week after Thursday or later. So, okay, I will talk to you later. Y'all have a great week. Bye.